these changes, they don't really help the poorest in society, a lot of people would argue. The poorest in society aren't fretting about when they're going to replace their car with an electric car because the poorest in society don't drive in this country. The poorest in society are not worried about installing a heat pump.
I'm so sorry, but that is a ludicrous statement. If you step outside of London, come to my constituency, you will find the poorest in society drive because they live in a rural area. These rules... No. What you said is actually quite astonishing.
It is not astonishing. A third of the country doesn't drive. A third of the country doesn't own cars.
People who live in cities will be able to deal with this in a way that is quite different from people who live in towns and rural areas. We need to think about everybody, not just the metropolitan bubble.
There are poor people that live in cities across the country. This has nothing to do with an urban bubble and metropolitan London.
I
live in the countryside and I come from Newcastle.
Well, I'm afraid that my constituents raise these concerns all the time, and those who are least able to afford it are the ones who are making the most complaints. And we as a government are thinking about them. So I completely disagree with that assertion.
What about those who are poor and living in rented homes in cities or in the countryside who are now not going to get their heating upgraded by their landlord because of this?
That is not what the policy is. We haven't said that there should be no heating upgrades. What we have said is that people won't be forced to change the type of boiler that they have before a certain date. They will still have those. And in fact, what this is doing is making it easier for them because they won't necessarily have to take a more expensive option that might actually be less practical. That is the right thing to do for those people in rented properties.